What's going on, my friends? We got a 3-dog on the couch morning. If you're just listening to the audio podcast and you're not checking out the live stream video, I don't know how that is comfortable for O'Neill. It's like his back paw is in his mouth. A couple of farts already this morning by them, not me. Kind of used to it. Become part of me. It is the 6th of May. It's a Thursday. It's gloomy, ugly, and terrible outside. The 6th of May, 2021. This show comes to you each and every weekday morning from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio, the Eric Zane Show podcast. Let's see. Let's start with.
Good morning. I need to wash my car.
Oh.
Oh my God, the Bobcat! Oh my God! Get up! Get up! Get up! It's the beat! Get up! Lindsay! Watch out! Oh, shoot that fucker! Get out! Watch out! Watch out! It's a Bobcat attacking my wife! A Bobcat!
Hi, I'm Sarah Rook Ruck Roosh, and I listen to the Eric Zane Show podcast because he's an idiot, swears like a trucker, loves puppy dogs, and gave away a kidney.
No.
Now here he is, Eric Zane!
Well done, Sarah. Thank you. A Bobcat! A Bobcat! Hello. Thanks for being here. The Eric Zane Show podcast has begun. It is a daily show. This is a daily show where I talk about news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Each and every day of the week, work week that is, since January 6th, 2019. Welcome to you all. Show is viewed live via live stream on Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to follow me on Facebook. Share that video, like it. That would be very, very cool. Also, a Periscope video on Twitter. Please retweet it with a snarky comment. It's brought to you by, of course, Blue Frost IT and the almighty YouTube. If you could, subscribe to the channel, bell notification, thumbs up, off you go. Thank you so much for enjoying it. If you're watching, I can see your comments when you write in. So we have a usual group of people that kind of usually populates this thing. So thanks for anybody doing that. And if you're new, welcome. Just make yourself at home. Have a conversation with these people as you enjoy the show. Comment. Maybe like, I hate this opinion of Eric's. He's absolutely right, which is very rare. He's entirely stupid. My God. Thank you so much. You can always contribute to the show by sending along links of stories that you think I might like talking about. I got a lot of that. I get a lot of that every single day. Thank you. If you've ever sent a story along, Eric at ericzaneshow.com is how I see those. Send them along on the Shoreliners striping inbox. Okay. If you want the parking lot stripe, you call on Shoreliners. Very good. Also on Instagram, Eric Zane Show on Instagram, brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much. And wow, here we go. Tonight is the night that I venture out. And, you know, when you're in this weirdo pandemic world, for me, even if it wasn't a pandemic, just the idea, just the simplest things, I really embrace. I am not kidding you. If I get to jump in the truck and drive to go get dog food, I'm like, yes! Oh my gosh, this is awesome! Change of scenery. I look at these four walls all day, every day. I just sit here all day. The NFK sits in the TV room all day, and then that's it. You know, outside of letting the dogs out, there it is. The only time I ever leave this house is to either go to a hockey game, which that's going to stop very, very soon. Last game is on the 15th of May. Or I don't know, go out to get dog food. And so the idea of doing something different is always like, oh my God, I'm living in paradise. What? This is incredible. I am so stoked about getting in the truck, driving down the road 6 miles. I get to go into the pet store, get some dog food, pay for it, and come back, man. Oh my God, it's incredible. Now along the way, at the pet store, they got they got like cats there, which I just love. These I always love like going and like petting the cats. I'm a huge. You don't know. You may not know this about me. You might think I'm only a dog guy because of these dogs, but I'm kind of like just an animal guy. Love animals so much, and so you get. I went in there 2 nights ago to the pet store, and I go walking up to this area where the cats are. They're in like an enclosure. Like the local adoption place brings a few cats, and then people go through, they see the cats, they adopt the cats right there at Chow Hound. Great place, free plug for you, in beautiful Jenison, Michigan. And they always got like 2 or 3 beautiful cats. And this one cat is all black with white toes, okay? And these beautiful green eyes. And this kitty is sitting there looking at me like, hey, you gotta come over here and pet me? Come on. So I go, all right, I'll do it. I get close, and the cat immediately comes out of this little enclosure that's inside of the cage area and just starts rubbing his head against the cage. Like, come on, get to it. Get to it, man. Come on. I'm not waiting much longer here for this. All right, start to pet the cat. Cat just falls in love. Didn't sound like that cat with the bobcat losing his mind. Didn't sound like this. Oh my God, I want this cat. I want to take this cat home. I was like, okay, you can. You already got 2 cats. And, okay, so forget it, Get the hell out of there. But that, to me, when you live like I do, is just incredible. So that makes tonight, which is a social endeavor, to be that much more special. I'm not going to know what to do with myself. Bomb City, USA, the Bomb City baller, Ben Glaze, appears tonight. Day number 4 of his Bomb City World Tour. Ben on stage, open mic at Mahala Cafe Bar. If you are in West Michigan, this place is on 28th Street, I believe, Mahala. And so, yeah, they've got a whole long list of open micers. Ben will get his 7 minutes, and he is not looking forward to me being there. But I'm starting to get an idea that Ben may be his own worst critic. I know I'm very, very tough on me. I can only stand to listen to a short amount of this podcast. And I'm usually like, oh, God, it sucks so bad. You're the worst. Oh, Jesus, you're terrible. And that's why when I record the Zane Asylum for Q100 and they let me plug the podcast, I say, all right, it stinks. People tell me it's good, but I don't hear it. That's true. That's how I feel. So whenever you hear your own stuff, you're always like, that's just terrible. I think Ben might be that way. I think he might be overstating the bomb element of his act, because I'm getting reports back that he's been doing well this week. I think it was Shelley, Zaniac Shelley, indicated that he did well. She may have seen him earlier this week. I'm pretty sure she did. And then another local comedian by the name of Matt Cook, who, honestly, Matt, I didn't even know you were a comedian. I remember you from the triathlon days. He says, yeah, I'm watching Ben. He's doing good tonight. He was at River City something or other. I don't know, something last night. But tonight, he's doing the coffee bar. No one's going to be drinking. Okay, and Ben's like, I'm bummed out, man. I can't have a couple of drinks before I take the stage. Just drink in your car. Drink in the parking lot before you take the stage. So tonight, I am going to this. And all right. So if you want to go, this is what you need to do. I think it's limited capacity. You got to find this place on Facebook, and you have to get a ticket. It's free, of course, but it's a ticketed event. And I think you just keep it on your phone. At least that's what they did to me. They sent it to me. And then, that's how they're keeping track. So I'm going to go to watch the Bomb City tour culminate for the week tonight. And I am stoked getting out of the house. This will be outside of hockey games. This will be the first time I've worn pants. It's always sweats. I'm always wearing sweats and a hoodie. That's it. So, all right. If you want to go to that, Mahala, Mahala Cafe Bar. I'll link it up in the comments of this podcast. I will be featured on another podcast coming up very soon. It's known as Shitty Song of the Week, a weekly music and comedy podcast. This dude, his name's Brandon. He is featured every so often, maybe every month or so, on Who Are These Podcasts? And this is another example of how that Who Are These Podcasts appearance has helped me, because I've explained this to you before. The best way to improve the amount of people listening to your show is to go on other podcasts, big and small. And there's no way around this, because the quicker you get on small podcasts and make appearances on those podcasts and spend the time making the friends and networking, and you're introduced to pockets of audience, the more chance that members of that audience will listen to your show. Okay? Now, getting on Who Are These Podcasts, I'm kind of skirting the system. I'm going right to a pretty big podcast and then working my way backwards. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you do it as long as you get there. Doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. I think that's how they say that. So this dude, Brandon, from Shitty Song of the Week, heard me on Who Are These Podcasts? You should come on my podcast. Like, all right, cool. So the idea of this podcast is, if you're a guest on the show, you have to pick a shitty song, and then you will review it on the podcast along with someone else who is also reviewing a shitty song. And Brandon is the guy also in there. And so then you compare which song is worse. You make a case for the shittiest song of the week award. And then you will decide at the end of the podcast which is the shittiest song. Now, he said to me, I need you to find a song that qualifies for shitty song of the week. And I go, okay. So he goes, well, just keep your ears open. If something strikes you, then you reach out to me, let me know your song, and then we'll pair it up with somebody else, and then we'll do it. Now, I'm recording this on the 11th of May. So next week, Tuesday, right? Yes, next week, Tuesday. I'm not sure when it will publish, but I'll keep you posted. So in the past, Bruce Springsteen versus Chicago, Shannon Knoll versus J-Lo, Lori Morgan versus Billy Ray Cyrus. I am featuring the song House of Fire by Alice Cooper. Oh my God. I think this song may have been suggested for the Insane Asylum by Adam, part of Adam's Oddities in Houghton Lake. And it is an absolute shit show song. Oh, God. Alice Cooper attempting to make a love song, but it doesn't have the tempo of a love song. It has a tempo of a typical rock song by Alice Cooper. Really rough. Really, really rough. I will be featuring it on Shitty Song of the Week. So if you look that up, then you'll know it's there, and I'll keep you posted as to when this will be happening. Okay. A lot more to get to on this show today. First of all, last night, it was another Griffins game. There is only there's only 3 more Griffins games left this season. at Van Andel Arena. They, of course, allow 750 fans in there, so no big deal. There actually are tickets still available. You can get those, and you can go to the game, and it gives you an opportunity to get out, like I was talking about earlier about getting out to the open mic deal. That might be just what the doctor orders for you, because it has been so long, 15 months now, that we have been having to endure this pandemic. And it's funny, before I talk more about last night, the idea that this has been this long, 15 months. I remember there was a moment when COVID was starting to kind of like become part of the U.S., when no one, if there was anything that was going to happen, we only thought maybe, a week, we have to settle down, lay low, if we only knew, And then I remember seeing a warning from one of the government agencies: expect long-term disruption of your life, or something like that. It was some announcement made that I went, that seems weird. That seems like this is going to take a long, long time. So without going down the usual road of finger pointing or shit like that, which I do on a regular basis, I just don't feel like it right now. The idea that this has been the way it has, and it's interesting that depending on when if you look at the trends of the infections, where, if you are in the U.S., it could still just take off at any one time. I mean, you look at Michigan, all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, it was absolutely on fire despite aggressive vaccination. It's like this thing, no one has really any idea what they're doing. That's what I'm thinking, okay? And then now everything seems to be settling down again. In the U.S., we're getting to a point now where it seems to be quelling. Just the number of infections down, the number of deaths down, hospital rates down, infection rates. In Michigan, it's about 8%. It was as high as like 18% a few weeks ago. So that means out of like 100 tests, 8 or so would come back positive. In Calcutta, India, it probably still is 50%. If 2 people get tested, one of them will have it, and that place is still on fire. Like 430,000 cases yesterday, and oh boy, of course they're quite far ahead on time. So I'm looking right now; they're actually catching the U.S. The U.S. was number one with a bullet with 33 million infections in the U.S. And then India was with Brazil for a period of time. And Brazil has 14 million. They're third. And India has taken off. I mean, with 400,000 a day, that's 10 times the amount that are getting infected in the U.S. And so they have 21 million now, which is just downright scary. And with 1.3 billion people. In India, they have 1 billion more people in that country than we do in the USA. So it's just been absolutely horrible. But I don't know. Here in the U.S., it seems like it is calming down quite a bit. The goal has been set for 70% of Americans to get at least one vaccine by the 4th of July. Now, that's all about personal choice. I mean, I've talked about this many times. In fact, I'm going to end the show today with the Kimmel thing, with the comparing what the doctors say to what your friend says. I only played that on the Patreon yesterday, so that'll piss some of you off again. But for the rest of you, you're probably going to laugh at it. It was really good. It was really funny. Okay. Last night, hockey game. My gosh, it happened again. As you know, when I do this job that I have, it kind of just unfolded in front of me. Hey, we want you on TV for these 15 hockey games this year. Okay, great. So I host the game, and not only do welcome into Griffin's Hockey and WXSP AHL TV. We're so glad to have you. We are broadcasting live from the Michigan First Credit Union studio inside of the world-famous Van Andel Arena. Now, the Cleveland Monsters come calling again. We're going to get a look at the lineups and who's in goal for each team. when we come back with our play-by-play host, Larry Figursky, color commentary, Lou Rabeau, and analyst Mike Knuble, longtime 16-year NHL veteran. We'll be back with more right after this. That's my job. I start out with that, and then I don't do shit until the first intermission. And that's when I host the highlights. Oh, my gosh, look at this hit. Look at this fight. Look at this goal. Okay. And, all right, it's not the best. It's a little boom goes the dynamite, but whatever. I do the best I can. Also, I am seated rinkside in one of the corners, high above the glass. And every time the camera pans around, you see me in my suit just kind of watching the game. Occasionally, you'll see me looking at my phone while gameplay is going on, like not paying attention, even though the camera's right on me. I'm staring. Everybody's looking at the ice. I'm looking at my phone. It's embarrassing. But, I'm expected to interject when I see something at ice level because I'm right there. It's a stupid moment during the game when Joey Hicketts got hit in the face with a high stick, and it was way across the ice. I should not have said anything. And I said, oh, my God, he got hit in the face by one of our guys. Tyler Spezia just hit him in the face. I claimed that one of our own guys hit Joey Hicketts in the face accidentally with a stick. Now, that did not happen, but I was sure of it. And then the guys who are doing the game, they're silent. And the replay showing that it clearly didn't happen. And then Larry goes, well, then that would be weird because they called a penalty on the other team. And I'm like, oh, God, this is awkward. So that was dumb. At that point, I'm like, I should have shut my mouth. But it happened again, and I've detailed this before. I also have my mic, which is right in front of my face. Excuse me, like kind of like this, but hooked up to headsets. Hang on. I have to do like in arena announcing who scored the goal. Grand Rapids goal scored in the power play by number 8, Troy Loggins. I'm doing that deal. After that ends, I am counting on Brandon to flip my mic off in the arena. Okay? I need it back so that I can interact with the TV guys. I had him on before. Remember? It took him like 3 hours to tell the story about how he did not hit the button. And he did it again last night. He did not hit the button. That puts me back on the TV broadcast. I'm still hot in the house, as they say. So I finish announcing the goal. Goal scored at 1:20. Power play goal. And that's it. Time passes. I'm silent. Gameplay continues. Joey Hicketts gets hit in the face. This is that moment. And then I weigh in with, he got hit in the face by his own guy, Tyler Spezia. Except it doesn't really go out over TV. Everybody in the arena, the 750 people, all the coaches, all the players, Tyler Spezia, the player, hears, oh, yeah, it looks like Spezia, his own guy, hit him right in the face. This goes out into the entire arena. And now I have headphones on, so I can't really tell that I think it's going out over the TV. The TV guys hear me say that in the arena. It doesn't really go out the way it confuses them. So there's awkward silence. Larry's like, oh, Joey Hicketts. Oh, no, Joey Hicketts just got hit in the face. Oh, yeah, Tyler Spezia, his own guy, just clocked him right in the face. Oh, my. Yeah, I'm doing that deal. And then I notice I hear an echo. So I go, oh, my God, that was in this room. That was only in this room. And I look up behind me at Brandon, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he just starts laughing. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, you did it again, man. You fucked me. What are you doing? Oh, so awkward. So now I'm like gun shy. Every time I make a goal call in the room, I turn around and I'm making all sorts of gestures that I'm just assuming he knows that, because I like point to the mic And then I'm like, thumbs up. And he gives me a thumbs up back. I think that means I'm okay. Or I'll like tap the mic to see if I can hear an echo in the room that's me trying to determine if the mic is still hot in the house, which I don't want it to be. I want it to be on testing. Check. Is this on? All right. It's good to see the Schaefer's there too. Thanks for showing up at the game. Jeez. In fact, in the game, this was something. Dylan McElrath, who is the biggest badass in the American Hockey League and the National Hockey League. Back in the day, the parent club, the Red Wings, if they wanted some muscle, they would call up the goons from the minors. Like back in the day, when the Red Wings would take on like Colorado or something like that, they'd bring up some muscle, okay? And they would call up some dudes from the minors whose sole job was to flash the badge on the ice. If anybody messes with a skill player, his job is to kick his ass. That's it. Okay, now those days are done. You just don't see that anymore. You don't see, well, you hardly ever see fighting in the NHL, but I think last night there was a big game, a big fight in the Capitals game. But it's just, those are few and far in between. It doesn't happen as often as it used to. But that doesn't matter because this dude for the Griffins, he's a defenseman by the name of Dylan McElrath. And, he's in his late 20s. He's as big as a house. He's actually a pretty solid player. He's not just he's not a thug. He will kick your ass. And it is like, holy shit. Nicest guy in the world off the ice. But when the wires cross on the ice, look the fuck out. So in this game, some dude from Cleveland interferes with him, and it's McElrath has the puck, and he dumps it, he shoots it up the ice, and this guy takes like 2 full strides and hits McElrath and knocks him down and then skates away. Okay? McElrath gets his head together, and he stands up and then looks for the number, sees it, skates all the way across the ice, drops his gloves, and punches this guy right in the face. And I'm going to show it to you right now. Now, it's a bummer because you don't see the hit that put Dylan down. All you see is the aftermath when he skates over to dude to kick his ass. So this is taken from the highlights. Game starts. Whatever. I don't know what the hell happened there. This is me trying to do highlights. Oh, yeah, pass from the man. This was pretty, actually. That was a goal. The puck actually went under the crossbar and stuck there. I was like, wait a minute, where did the puck go? All right, here you go. Hold on, let me back this up. At this point, the guy who hit McElrath is over by the bench, all right? Now, if you are listening to the audio pod, see this shit, up for you, though, so you can eventually watch it on your own time. So, all right, pick it up. When McElrath now is skating over, there he is. He drops, hold on a second, not 54. He's behind this guy right here. He's number 52. Sorry. 54 is mixing up. There's Mac right there. And that's the guy who pushed him, too. It's too bad that guy's in the way because then he just starts pounding this guy. He's going to kick his ass. He rips off his helmet right there and then just starts punching the shit out of him. And this guy's like, thank God, get him off of me. Later on in the game, Giovanni Smith of the Griffins, he's another badass. He gets in a fight with this dude. At this point, the game is here you go. Now watch. This little guy that's fighting Smith actually does pretty well. Catches Smith a couple of times, but then Smith starts to take charge of this fight. And then at one point, this little dude's shoulder pops out of joint. His left shoulder actually goes flying out. He gets in like this weirdo headlock thing here. And then right there. Right now, his shoulder's out. Look at him. He's holding it like, oh, my God, my shoulder. Holy fuck, this is terrible. Son of a bitch. He ended up skating off with his all bent over with his shoulder out of socket. And they had to go pop that fucking thing back in the locker room. I'm not even sure if he came back after that. But that was quite a thing. Griffins lose. O'Neill, are you dead over there? Look at that dog. He's completely cashed. Holy crap. All right. So I'll link that up. If you want to check that out in the show notes, I'll link that up in the audio podcast for you. All right. There you go. That is the open and of the Eric Zane Show podcast. I would love you to check out my merch, ericzaneshow.com. Click on merch. Off you go. Check out the selection. We got T-shirts. We got baseball tees, hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, tote bags, tapestries, magnets. You name it. It's all at ericzaneshow.com. The live stream is brought to you by Dumpster Divers. Brand new sponsor on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Dumpster Divers. So what you do if you're in West Michigan, you go to dumpsterdiversllc.com. dumpsterdiversllc.com, or you can just click on their logo at ericzaneshow.com. It'll take you right to their page. Now, this all started when Diana bought that dumpster that we threw all that shit in, and then the dudes from Dumpster Divers picked it up, and then Diana went and bought more junk on Facebook Marketplace. But these are the two dudes that run it. This is Kyle. I don't know this dude's name. And they just kind of started their own thing. And it's a little bit more professional the way they do it, and they always have smiles on their faces. Look at this. This is Kyle here washing his dumpster. They actually wash their dumpsters. Think about that. How often do you just get a dumpster, looks like shit in your driveway? But the truth of the matter is every single one of their dumpsters they had constructed from scratch. They didn't buy somebody else's garbage. They all look clean. They all look awesome. They're high-walled. There's all sorts of different things that make them better than everybody else. Flexibility. They give 2-hour time slots to match your best availability, and they're working on making sure that the weight limits, you don't have to pay the extra amount for weight limits that you don't need. Okay, if you need a dumpster, this is who you call. Dumpster Divers. Okay, 616-375-9962. Please support the sponsor. 616-375-9962. They pick that thing up, put it wherever you want. You fill it. They come get it. 616-375-9962. DumpsterDiversLLC.com. All right. Let's see. Dumpster rental. Let's take a look at this. 10-yard dumpster. Starting at $199. Furniture, construction debris, household debris, roof tear out, shingles, small remodeling projects, fits into tight driveways. Choose from 1 to 3 or 5 to 7 day rentals. It's very flexible. And you can see the 15-yard dumpster, 20-yard dumpster. There you go. Kyle's kind of a ham. He's in all these pictures, too. The process. Schedule, dumpster day, and pickup. So these guys work very, very hard to make sure that everything is taken care of for you. DumpsterDiversLLC.com. Kind of like the long sell, but okay. Also, bringing you the live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Reach out to Irvine's if you want your vehicle fixed. If you're in West Michigan, Irvines.com is the website. That's ERVINES.com. As I've said before, don't take my word for it. Look at the Google reviews. They're awesome. They post them prominently right at the top of their page. If they ever disappear, you know there's trouble. Irvines.com. In West Michigan, you have a trusted place where you can get your vehicle repaired. Servicing domestic, Asian, and European models. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. And then, of course, my friends at Gift of Life Michigan, please bang on their door. Just go to my website, ericzaneshow.com, click on the Gift of Life logo, and learn more about organ donation. In the unlikely event that you pass, which is just strange to say, I know, every time. But my gosh, it is really, really important. So Gift of Life Michigan, thank you so much to them for being part of this show. Okay, you're going to hate this audio. Some lady, I think it's in California, gets pulled over, okay? And this is really simple. What you get here is this cop is just doing his job. He's a Latino cop, and he just pulls over one of the biggest bitches that the world has ever known. You are going to hate this lady, okay? The degree of entitlement on this sick bitch is incredible. That's one thing you got to pay attention to. The other thing you have to pay attention to is the calm nature of this cop. I loved this cop. I actually felt bad that he had to hear the shit that he had to hear. Also, all of this is happening in the presence of this crazy bitch's kid who's in the back seat. So he sees her playing with her phone. He pulls her over. That's it. Okay. We pick it up just as dude is walking to the car. Okay, here you go. Okay, now as he's approaching the car, her head is sticking out. You know why I'm being harassed today? I was going the speed limit. You can hear her voice in the background. It's already grating.
You know why I'm being harassed today? Because I was going under the speed limit. I was going at 38.
Yes, you are, ma'am. Good morning.
And the speed limit is 40, and I was going 38. So why are you harassing me?
You're correct. I pulled you over because
you're a murderer. Yes, I started to record because you're a murderer.
You can't be on your cell phone while you're driving.
Okay, she goes to because you're a murderer. What?
Why are you harassing me?
You're correct. I pulled you over because
you're a murderer.
Yes, she doesn't even fucking let him finish. What type of fucking sick bitch doesn't even? I mean, she brings it up. He's trying to explain, and she calls him a murderer.
So why are you harassing me?
You're correct. I pulled you over because
you're a murderer. Yes, I started to record because you're a murderer.
I started to record because you're a murderer. He is a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy.
On your cell phone while you're driving.
On my phone. I was recording you because you scared me.
You can't use your cell phone while you're recording.
You.
May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
What's your apartment?
It's at my home. I'm just taking my son to his.
Do you have your driver's license?
I mistakenly left it at home.
Do you have a picture of your driver's license?
Yes, I do.
May I have it?
Boy, already, the professionalism, the patience on display is only out. I want that to be the spotlight here, but this crazy bitch keeps grabbing the spotlight back. But I'm really impressed with this cop.
And can you call your supervisor, please?
I already did. He's on his way.
Good, because you're a
Translation. I know you're a crazy bitch, so I already called him.
Murderer. And so you're giving her a murderer.
I'm gonna back this whole thing up again. I keep talking over it. Sorry.
And the speed limit is 40, and I was going 38, so why are you harassing me?
You're correct. I pulled you over because
you're a murderer. Yes, I started to record because you're a murderer.
You can't be on your cell phone while you're driving.
I wasn't on my phone. I was recording you because you scared me.
You can't use your cell phone while you're recording.
You.
May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
What's your apartment?
It's at my home. I'm just taking my son to his.
Do you have your driver's license?
I mistakenly left it at home.
Do you have a picture of your driver's license?
Yes, I do.
May I have it?
And can you call your supervisor, please?
I already did. He's on his way.
Good, because you're a murderer. And so you're giving me a cell phone ticket? Is that why you're harassing me?
Not harassment. Yeah. I am enforcing the law.
I have a right to record the police when they're harassing me.
By all means, but you can't do it while you're driving.
I wasn't texting or none of that.
Do you have that picture?
You scared me and made me think you were going to murder me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, that's not just a feeling. You're a murderer.
Can you zoom in on that for me,
Sure.
Dear? Thank you.
And I'm perfectly legal, and I'm a teacher. So
congratulations.
I'm a teacher.
You're a murderer.
What's your last name?
Congratulations.
Well, here you go, murderer.
Stop shaking. Zoom in on that for me,
No, because you're scaring me. You're threatening to kill me and my son. Can you give me?
Okay.
You should have shot her.
I'll tell you what. You keep smiling. You're on camera.
You're trying to threaten to kill me.
I
I'm not
didn't say
smiling.
that. Is this your car?
Yes, it is. And you're trying to say I stole my own car because you're jealous?
Yeah.
Is that what
I don't
that's
think
about?
so. You wait for me right here, okay?
You're jealous?
Citation. All you need to do is
This is the supervisor.
He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it.
Here you go, ma'am. Sign inside the red box right there.
For him being a Mexican racist. What is that name? Gasso.
It's on the citation, ma'am.
Here you go, Mexican racist. You're always going to be a Mexican. You'll never be white. You know that, right? You'll never be white, which is what you really want to be.
There you go, dear.
White.
Have a good day.
You want to be white.
Holy shit. My God. You want to be white? Yeah, this is when police brutality. Okay, this is when he should have just said, "All right, here's a taser. Open up your mouth and just stick out your tongue." Oh my God, is that awful? What a sick, crazy bitch. Congratulations. You are a hard and fast nominee for the asshole of the day. An update. You might think, okay, Tyler says she's not going to be a teacher anymore after this. Turns out she has taught, but she hasn't been a teacher for years because this video made the rounds in Los Angeles. And she hasn't taught anywhere since like 2016. So all these different places where she taught, they're like, oh yeah, we've been a few rounds with her. She hasn't been working. So she had been a teacher at one point, not employed currently as a teacher. We should just probably give it to her now. There's no way that anybody else could be asshole today, but I'm going to let it play out. Andrea says, I wouldn't have been able to handle that. Yeah, I can just imagine Andrea, who is probably one of the most shit-kicking females. Well, I take it back. She's one of the most shit-kicking people that walks the earth. I could just imagine Andrea being a cop and having to put up with that shit. That Andrea would have actually ripped her head off. Oh, my God. Time for this bitch to be canceled. I don't think she has a job. COVID Tom says, I'd shoot that bitch. I feel sorry for her kid. I do too. Getting a lot of strong fuck that twat, says Josh. I'm a teacher. Oh my God, the entitlement. This lady is incredibly racist and intensely stupid. She's a teacher. She's responsible for educating our youth. Yep. Man. This poor officer, I'd buy him a drink, says Kate. That's the best moment, Jason says, when she had to admit she didn't have her license. I would have cited her, impounded her car, and made her walk. Yeah, that cop showed some patience. My God, can you imagine being married to that woman? You know that this is the type of relationship where the husband is just beat down to oblivion, and she's just rules the roost with an iron fist, and he's just kind of a pussy. Oh, God. Jason also says lots of verbal judo and de-escalation by that cop. Good job. He used his training. All the folks in Minneapolis like, well, when the fuck are we going to get that over here? What the fuck is going on? Jesus, why can't we get cops like him in Minnesota? You bunch of assholes. All right. We'll see. Hard and fast nominee for the asshole of the day. Yesterday, I talked to you on the podcast about something that, frankly, it got a lot of you guys pissed off. And it was the story about how I reached out to my family, my stepsister and my entire step family. And I was like, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys when we go up north to Fear Bunker North. That's my property, in case you don't know, where everybody gets together. We have a reunion twice a year. And, I haven't seen them since Labor Day, and I haven't seen my dad since October. And so now this is what we're going to do. We're going to get together and hang out, sit by the campfire, roast marshmallows. It's just stupid shit, just family time. And I mean, what an incredible tradition. So I reach out with hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys over Memorial Day. And then, yeah, we're not coming up then. We're coming up the week before. And I'm like, well, that's not when I'm hosting you. What? But why didn't anybody tell me? Because I'm the host. Did you decide you're going to stay at my property at a different time? What? This isn't right. This is terrible. So I said, well, I didn't say a word. I didn't as I talked to you, and I think I might have made a mistake by not saying a word. I should have said something. However, and I'm sure that if when you heard that story, you're like, well, Eric, you should have said something. Well, I talked to you about it. Then I let it go, and I said, all right, well, yeah, I can't go. I've got obligations that weekend before, so have a good time. You're more than welcome to go up there. And everybody was like kind of incensed by that. And then I talked to another family member. And then my dad, I mean, he was upset too. He's like, oh my God, well, I didn't even know about that. I mean, I was hoping to see you. I don't know why is this even happening? This seems inappropriate. So talked to my brother actually yesterday. And I told him, and he goes, you should say something. He goes, you shouldn't just let that slide. It's not right. And I think you should express to them how you feel. So I'm like, I go, you're right. He goes, but be nice about it. Can you manage that? Can you manage being polite about this? This is just, and I go, yeah, you're right. It's just a misstep, but I should probably say something. And he goes, all right. So I wrote out, I said, look, hey, I did I got to get this off my chest. And this is how you do this. If you start with, so I've had a little time to think about this, but I felt the need to bring this up, and I sent it to all the parties. And get this off my chest. Now, this is perfect, because if you throw this in to start, you're in good shape. I love you all very much. Okay? Perfect. But I'm flabbergasted that Diana and I were not included in any of the thought process about when the up north trip is going to happen. We love seeing everyone, and we haven't seen my dad or Joanne since mom died in October. I was very much excited to see you all. Now it's not happening, and I found this out by accident, and I'm the host. I'm sorry, but I feel this was rude, and I needed to let you all know. I'm not sure who's responsible, and I don't care, but I think this was a bum deal. Now, this ended up working out because they had apparently already been thinking that all of that wasn't right, because one of the folks involved says, I was already planning to call you and push the whole thing till June because of the very thing you just said. And then I wrote, well, whatever you'd like to do. I don't mind if anybody goes up the week before Memorial Day, and I don't hold any grudges. It was just poorly communicated, and the way I found out was not good. I look forward to being part of those times. And then my stepsister says, you were absolutely right. No excuses. This was not handled right. Please forgive us. And I'm like, oh, God, they feel terrible. And I'm like, well, I appreciate that very much. Of course, I'll forgive you. It was merely an oversight and not done intentionally. I just felt like I had to say something. I felt like if I didn't say anything, it isn't balanced. It's not, I need to let you know. And then they said, glad you did. So we're all pals now. I'm so happy about that. No big deal. But I reach out to my brother and I go, God, you're right. I should have said something. It's probably good that I did not respond right away, because I probably wouldn't have calmed down enough to actually put those words into text form. I would have said something snarky and everybody would have hated my guts. So it ended up working out. It's good. Like I said, if they still go up there, that's cool. I just want to see my dad. I want to see all of them, So, all right. Worked out. There you go. And I don't feel bad. Lisa says, do not feel bad. I don't feel bad about it. It took a day, but I expressed it. They apologized. This is done. No need to worry about it. No big deal. So, Nick is not liking this. He says we need more unhinged Eric. Nick is one of these people that is not kosher, not cool with me being medicated. Damn it, we need more outraged Eric. Well, believe me, that's going to happen. It's just not going to, it's all perfect, man. I'm so happy. Nick is the only one who's not happy. I'm just getting older. I'm medicated like you wouldn't believe. So all is right with the world. I am not stressed. Everything's great. All right. So that's good. Can't wait to see them. No, hey, I will have a temper tantrum. Odds are one of you Patriots is going to piss me off. You, Nick, are probably going to get it between the eyes. Kenny gets it. He's not exactly a Patriot, but boy, does sometimes I lose my shit on Kenny. Dirk will end up taking one. Dean, when he tries to pick up my kids like a bowling ball, shit like that. That's how I'll rage out. When I just show up and Dean's like doing chores around the house. Oh, my God. Stay away. Just tend to the horses. Cut down the trees. Write your anti-vaccine shit on Facebook and stay the fuck away. My God. Okay. I don't know if you heard this story. Just broke in the last 24 hours about these two Americans, I guess, who were in Italy. And I'm like, what the hell did you think was going to happen? These two rich-ass Americans go to Italy in July of 2019. Finnegan Lee Elder, 21 years old, and Gabriel Natale Hjorth, 20. Two rich fucks from Mill Valley, California, are in their 4-star hotel in Rome. And they go, hey, man, let's go out and get some cocaine. Okay, they actually organized a drug deal, and they went and purchased the cocaine, and then they found out that the cocaine that they bought was not cocaine, but ground up aspirin. So it right away makes you wonder if they like, oh my God, we got some coke, and then they chop up a line, and then they snort it, and they're like, the fuck, this isn't doing anything. I just don't have a headache. It's aspirin. Oh my God. So when they realized that, according to the prosecution, and these two just got life sentences, and everybody's like, oh my God, we're outraged. These two then stole the backpack of the Italian man who introduced them to the drug dealer. So this is like a go-between. Hey, this guy will sell you drugs. Well, they got pissed off because the drug dealer scammed them. So they stole the backpack of the dude who was the go-between. They then called him and said, we're going to give you your backpack back, probably for money. They arranged to return it. But the guy who was going to get the backpack was tipped off by the cops that this was happening. And these plainclothes cops were there, and they went to arrest these two dudes. Well, while that was going on, a fight broke out, and one of the cops, Circello Rega, was stabbed 11 times with an 11-inch military-style attack knife. Surveillance video shows these two scumbags running down the street with the backpack, like knife in one hand, backpack in the other. Cops bleeding to death on the street. He dies. These idiots go back to their hotel room. Police track them down. They go to the hotel room. They find the knife concealed in the ceiling panel with blood from the dead guy on it. Their fingerprints are on. I mean, this is just when I'm telling you that, you can already tell what they're going to use as evidence against these guys. Both were charged with murder, attempted extortion, assault carrying an attack-type weapon without just cause, and resisting a public official. Under Italian law, anyone who participates indirectly in an alleged murder can also face murder charges. So these two get the book thrown at them. And, all right, yesterday they were convicted. And, okay, what gets me is how can you be a lawyer in this day and age? Because the attorney for these idiots that killed this cop, and this cop had been married for like 6 weeks. He's a young guy. He's got a young wife. And these scumbags, these rich bastards, kill the cop. Court finds him guilty. They've got lawyers in Italy. They got lawyers in the U.S., these rich bastards. The Italian lawyer's like, this is a travesty of justice, because one of the scumbags is like, yeah, it was self-defense. We didn't know they were cops. We didn't, this is terrible. They're making all this shit up. The attorney for them in Italy says, yeah, it's a travesty of justice. This is a terrible thing that they were convicted of this. The judge and the lawyers in the U.S. saying the same thing. It's like, how can you... Fucking video is seen of these guys running down the street with a knife in their hand. The cops laying dead in the street. You tried to buy the drugs, all of this shit. They tried to extort the guy. How in the hell can you possibly say that your clients are innocent? These guys get life imprisonment, but in Italy it's kind of weird because after 21 years they're eligible for parole, which is just strange to me. So anyway. Enjoy until you're at least 41 years old, idiots. Incredible. The nerve of I tell you what, if it's my kid and that happens, I'm like, how do you even defend that? You're buying drugs. You buy aspirin. You end up extorting the guy who introduced you to the drug dealer. You end up killing the cop. I'd be like, yeah. I love you because you're my son. I'll sit in the courtroom, but I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to lay low, perhaps. All right. I'd love to help your business. Reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Put you in front of all of these folks that are watching the Facebook, watching Twitter, watching YouTube, downloading the audio podcast. Reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you want more information, it's that simple. Okay. Just like Throat/Dale. Poor timing to introduce him as Throat/Dale right after a story about some cop who got stabbed to death. Superior cleaning and power washing. Dale would love to do the power washing job on your house, your landscaping, driveway, whatever it may be. Call up Dale. 231-740-4098. 231-740-4098. Put Dale to work for you. He'll show up to your place, give you a quote. You should hire him. He's cheaper than everybody else. And he does a hell of a job. And you are keeping a fellow Zaniac employed. Also, if you happen to work for a restaurant or you own a restaurant or whatever, after hours, the restaurant gets clean. Dale does that. 231-740-4098. Cornhole America. Throwing bags with your friends in the backyard. My gosh, on a beautiful customized set of cornhole boards. Put whatever you want, and I mean whatever you want, onto a set of boards. You want the logo of the last place Tigers, who won yesterday, their 9th win of the year to 22 defeats? God. How about the last place Pistons? Wouldn't you want them on a set of cornhole boards? How about the near to last place Detroit Red Wings? Maybe put them on a set of cornhole boards. It's really strange to me that the Lions are the cream of the crop right now, and they haven't even played a game under the new coach, the new general manager, the new players. But everybody's pumped up about the Lions because they had what most experts say is an excellent draft. How about those Grand Rapids Griffins? They actually have a licensing agreement, or they did, with the Griffins. But they can still put it on there because the folks at Cornhole America will say, well, I'm guessing you have the rights to it. So they put it on there. You take it home to your house. If the owner of the Red Wings sees it and sues you, that's your problem. But anyway, put whatever you want on a set of cornhole boards. Cornholeamerica.com is where you go. These are professional grade boards. So if there was a professional cornhole tournament, the boards would be to those specs. That's how they do it. They slide the perfect amount. There's just the perfect amount of bounce on them. These are professional boards. Cornholeamerica.com. I'm not going to lie to you. You will pay a little more. 2, sometimes 3 times the amount. Yes, that's true. They're better. They last forever. You will never need to buy another set of cornhole boards ever again. Okay? If you go to the whatever Meijer or Walmart and buy those shit boards, they're going to be busted after one round of play. Do not buy those. Stay away. If anything, just don't buy any boards because it's like lighting your money on fire if you buy those. If you're thinking about buying those because you think Cornhole America is too expensive, well, you might as well just take your money and light it on fire. And that's more entertaining than what you're going to have to do when you try to play on those shit boards. Don't do it. Finally, Gun School with Prince Arming, 616-204-1705. What do you mean by Gun School? Prince Arming. Let me check out the classes. Let's see here. I do this from time to time. See what the latest class schedule is at Prince Arming so you can get your pistol license concealed. Their Facebook page at Prince Arming. Click the More tab. Click Events. May 17th, ladies only. Okay, that's on Monday, May 17th, ladies only. You pay $125, get the class. 2 days later, May 19th, you finish up the class. Monday, May 24th, another open class, men and women. Monday, May 24th, and Wednesday, May 26th. 2-part class, 4 hours a pop. That's all at princearming.com or on his Facebook page at Prince Arming on Facebook. Carry your pistol concealed. And the first thing you need to do is take this class. You don't even need to own a gun to get started. All right, this one might piss some of you off. But I think I'll probably surprise you with what I'm thinking here. So some rich chick on Instagram. She's got over 1 million people following her on YouTube and 440,000 people on Instagram. She lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Nikki Philippi makes her living by lifestyle blogger. So in these types of things, they're talking about their families. Probably not a whole lot different than what I do, but maybe a few less swear words. Nikki and her husband posted on social media that they had to put their dog down. And everybody's pissed. Everybody hates them. This article from Newsweek, I get the idea that they're not, well, they're kind of like siding with the people that are calling, that are like really pissed off about this. Well, as it goes, the dog in the family had been showing like some aggressive behavior over time. More than once it had acted out. And then just recently, it bit their kid on the face. Okay. So they love this dog. And look, this is remember that dog Spuds McKenzie? I forget what type of dog those are. Anyway, this is a dog. And look, she loves a damn dog. They had to put the dog down after this incident. So they're all heartbroken. They had to announce it. The dog's name is Bowser McTrousen. And so, she's wrecked. She had to put her dog down because the dog bit the kid on the face. And I'm like, am I the only one that understands where she's coming from and he's coming from? I think that's pretty normal, isn't it? Because as she described it, the local humane society said, all right, it's 10 years old. The dog's had an aggressive history and the dog just bit a human. You can't rehome the dog. It's a huge problem if you do that. So what the hell are you supposed to do? She initially posted the news Instagram, blaming the decision on the dog's aggressive side that reared its ugly head a few times throughout the years. After a lot of counsel, we decided it was time for Bowser to pass peacefully on. I know a lot of you will be shocked to hear this. My brain is still shocked, she wrote. Yeah, I think this is right. McTrousen's been part of our life and content his entire life, and for the last 9 years of our marriage. We didn't want to make this decision, as I'm sure you can imagine. She called the decision one of the saddest days in my life. Shortly after, Nikki and Dan posted a 24-minute explanation video on YouTube claiming that the decision to put the dog to sleep came after he bit their young child, Logan. This was not a decision we came to lightly, she says, also indicating that she anticipated a strong fan reaction to their choice. Dan, who calls him an angel, as well as Rowdy, claims that there were other instances of aggressive behavior towards other dogs, including their other pet, Zoe. Dan and Nikki claim that the final straw was when the dog attacked Logan, who was taking food from Bowser. Bowser got Logan in the face, Dan says. Obviously, it wasn't bad, but he's still healing up from a little mark on his face. Well, they're lucky, you know. They're lucky that the dog didn't rip out the kid's eye, you know, or make it even worse. Yeah, there is no way in hell that dog can. In my opinion, this is the right decision. The statement that had most viewers upset was made by Dan at around the 15-minute mark, in which he compares putting down Bowser to the scene in Old Yeller. Quote, in the moment, I'm thinking, I grew up with the movie Old Yeller. I wanted to pick up Bowser by the back of the neck and take him into the backyard and put him down right there. So in a fit of anger, pull out your pistol, shoot the dog in the head, or hit him with a shovel or some shit. So everybody got pissed off about that. So what you got here, it sounds to me like these two are kind of throwbacks in doing the right thing. I mean, let's face it. You got a little kid, you got a dog that randomly bites people or other pets, okay? You got a tricky situation here. You probably rightfully can't give the dog away. It's a risk. It definitely is a risk. Hell, I've been on the receiving end of this. We had Jackie, in another instance, brought home that dog, Kira, who we were told is aggressive towards other dogs. And sure enough, Daisy looked at that dog cross-eyed and attacked. It actually was Daisy who attacked. Daisy attacked Kira, which she does to all dogs from time to time. Just these two are used to it. Kira was not used to it and fought back, and that's when I got bit bad. And thank God for my pal, Allie, who adopted him despite that, and they are still doing great to this day. But this is a little bit different. This person wrote, who's going to tell him that in Old Yeller, the dog had fucking rabies. There was no other choice but to put him down, and the kid didn't want to do it, one angry fan tweeted. He makes it sound like this was his chance to kill it. No, not at all. These people are fucking wrecked by this. But, I mean, what the hell are you going to do? The dog's biting kids on the face, and the randomness of these attacks, the fact the dog's 10 years old, I don't think there's any way around this. But the way people are these days, who would probably absorb that content, probably young people, probably woke people, they don't understand. They're idiots. So people took great issue with that, and they're just ruining these people, letting them have it. In the video, Nikki claimed rehousing Bowser was not possible given his violent history. We contacted the Humane Society. We had a long discussion with someone over there. Basically, they made it clear to us that rehoming Bowser was not an option, as he had been with us from birth. So, if you don't trust them, trust the experts. The Humane Society says, you cannot do this. Don't do it. So then what the fuck are you supposed to do? Just let the dog, eat the kid's face? Man, I don't know. That is a terrible thing. Still, everybody was hunting for blood. They didn't care. They're saying this is 100% her fault. If you have pets with kids, you have to monitor them closely if your dog is not used to them. What's the point of having the dog if you have to just sit there and monitor them? I mean, sometimes this happens. It's not fun. It's not great. One fan did stand up for the couple with insight. Another violent animal attacks just last week. A child was killed, and her mother was seriously injured in a vicious dog attack in North Carolina. My God. I don't know. I might get a mixed bag on this from the audience. We'll see. Kate says it was probably the most humane decision that was made for that dog. Yeah, that's, to me, the only thing that could work. Typical woke folk. Pets are more important than people. Talking about the people that are yelling at them for having to do that. Nathan writes, if you can't rehome, if it was just attacking my wife, fine, but not my kids. All right. Melissa says I would have done the same thing. Dirk says that was a bull terrier. Yeah, man. Unbelievable. But, yeah, so now they got to put up with that. Everybody going after them. Fucking A. Asshole of the Day nominees. Everybody, in my opinion, trying to give them shit for having to make that terrible decision. Another nominee for Asshole of the Day. More coming out about Marilyn Manson. Now, whenever I see a story about Marilyn Manson, I'm usually blown away by the simple fact, look at this guy. There is not a nice picture of Marilyn Manson. There are no pictures that exist today of this guy actually looking like anything that any woman should be attracted to. Look at this guy. And the amount of tail that he has pulled, the women that have fallen for Marilyn Manson, it is a long, long list of very, very attractive women. And that, to me, I mean, talk about a weirdo thing. How can that actually be? What an ugly human being. I mean, even if he was the nicest, sweetest guy in the world. Well, no, actually, I can see that. If he's the nicest, sweetest guy in the world, and then women might just be attracted to what he does musically or his whole presence. And then once they get to know him, they could possibly. But this guy, he's a fucking animal. He's dirtied, rotten to the core. And I had never heard of that. I had since this all started to unravel on Marilyn Manson, about the only thing I can remember hearing about Marilyn Manson, a.k.a. Brian Warner, is he was featured in the film Bowling for Columbine, the Michael Moore movie. And in it, they're talking about, guns and, activism and shit like that. And he's extremely smart and well-versed and well-read. And he's talking to Michael Moore. And I thought to myself, I go, oh, well, that's all just an act. It's like Alice Cooper. Marilyn Manson is this persona where he's performing. And that's it. That's what you pay for. And I just assumed it ended there. You get a lot of people that are that in their performance, they do that. I mean, that's exactly what Alice Cooper has done. Alice is like the nicest fucking guy on the planet. That story I've told before when I saw him backstage at the Saginaw Civic Center. He's getting into a stage clothes. Like, hey, Alice. He goes, hey, what's going on? How are you? Nicest guy in the world. So sweet. Signed an autograph. That was back when you signed autographs. And the only thing I had was a picture of Jim. A little baby picture of Jim holding that. I go, and he signs it. He turns it and goes, that's a good-looking kid. I go, thank you, Alice. I appreciate that. He goes, yeah. I go, have a great show, man. He goes, oh, yeah, it's going to be great. You're going to love it. I get my head cut off. Oh, great. Oh, thanks, man. All right, see ya. Bye-bye. Marilyn Manson. The latest person to speak out about Marilyn Manson is a young lady by the name of Ashley Morgan Smithline, a.k.a. Ashley Lindsay Morgan, a former girlfriend of Marilyn Manson. She's detailing her claims of abuse against him in a lengthy cover story for People magazine. The interview contains extremely graphic and disturbing allegations against Marilyn Manson, along with images of physical scars Smithline says were inflicted upon her by him. She is one of 15 women, they're all attractive, who've accused Manson of sexual, psychological, and physical abuse. She was one of 5 women, including the one who got this all started, Evan Rachel Wood, who initially accused the musician of abuse, in a collection of statements released all at the same time in a year. In her interview, she says Manson, which, by the way, them all coming out at the same time, that gives you the idea that they like mobilized. They had like support group. Said, okay, we're going to go get them, which I'm fine with that. I mean, if this was a good guy who didn't do anything to anybody and was just treated people with respect and didn't hurt any of these women, this would never have happened. Whenever you see stories like this, in my opinion, it usually is true. In her People interview, Smithline says Manson bit her, whipped her, cut her with a knife that had a swastika on it. Remember when my son Jim came home from his East Coast trip with a Nazi youth dagger? You guys remember that? I gotta bring that up with Jim. Yeah, I'll never forget that. Pause on the story. The East Coast trip. The kids like all get in a bus. They go to Niagara Falls, Fenway Park, Gettysburg. Why the hell at the Gettysburg Battle Site gift shop would you be able to purchase a Hitler Youth dagger? There's so many questions in this story. I mean, that doesn't match up historically. Civil War battlefield, in the gift shop, for purchase, a Hitler Youth dagger. The chaperones knew he had it, and he was allowed to buy it. Well, first of all, he's allowed to buy it. Second of all, allowed to keep it on the bus. Third of all, I didn't find out about it until I discovered in a drawer my son has a Hitler Youth dagger. Was I justified in being A, upset that he had it, B, upset that he was allowed to carry it on the bus? I mean, typically, if they find something like that, in school setting, don't they like cut your balls off and you have to leave America? There's like a zero tolerance policy. And then why was he allowed to buy that fucking thing in the first place? Need to wake his ass up. Hold on a second here. I'm calling my brother. I don't want to do that. How come I can't reach my own son? It's annoying. It's going great. Watch. He's not going to pick it up. He should be up. Come on, man.
I'm sorry, but the person you...
For God's sake. All of that for nothing. Anyway. Swastika emblazoned knife. He, in addition to cutting her with a swastika emblazoned knife, he shoved her own fist. Wait a minute. No. Shoved his fist. It's even worse. It's bigger. Shoved his fist in her mouth during sex. Forced her into a blood pact where Manson drank her blood and made her drink his blood and imprisoned her in a glass box more than 100 times. Manson has denied the claims made against him. Okay, how? How can you possibly deny? Are you telling us she cut herself with her own Nazi dagger? Is that what you're telling us? In response to the allegations, a spokesperson said that they strongly deny her claims. There are so many falsehoods within her claims that we wouldn't know where to begin to answer them. The statement via People reads, the relationship, to the limited extent it was a relationship, didn't last 1 week. I don't know. That's a lot. She's suggesting that means 100 times she was stuffed into a box in a week. People says Smithline provided them with emails and messages, she says, were from Manson that spanned more than 2 years. Smithline says the physical abuse against her started when Manson was filming with her. She claims Manson whipped her bare back as she lay face down naked on his bed. This is awful. She also details the first time Manson allegedly raped her, claiming he tied her up and penetrated her while she was sleeping. He kept telling me, "You can't rape someone that you're in love with." Oh, my God. All sorts of cuts on her body. He cut me on my stomach, then drank my blood. Then he had me drink his. The more I let him hurt me, the more I loved him, and the more I was proving myself to him. Okay, so she's clearly brainwashed. She was eventually able to leave Manson after a number of prior attempts. Though she broke from the musician in 2013, Smithline says she still experiences OCD. Wouldn't that be? Oh, I guess so. Night terrors and PTSD from her ordeals. Being with the other girls, Smithline says of her sisterhood with fellow Manson accusers, these feelings of guilt and shame have lessened. So they have mobilized. This guy is done. I mean, after all of these stories, he's currently being investigated for domestic violence by the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Probably the cop that pulled over that racist lady. But the idea that I wonder if there'll ever be a time when we get back to seeing concerts that you could expect to see like Marilyn Manson anywhere. To me, the story is so much. It hasn't really been swept under the rug in any way. This is the type of thing that venues would not want to touch him because of this type of allegations being levied against him. But my God, what a fucking crazy ass scenario this is. Marilyn Manson, a hard and fast asshole of the day nominee. Okay, Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling says, look, you got to call me, man, 616-516-8579. Get that AC tuned up. This is the time to do that. It's going to cost you $79. Don't just flip the thing on. Get it tuned up before you turn it on the first time. This is so important, seriously. Otherwise, you might have a problem. You turn that thing on. If it's not right, it could lead to even bigger problems. And just the simple fact that all that cottonwood that's stuck in the condenser, pollen, dust, dirt, debris that is, makes it harder for the unit to suck air in to cool. You're going to be using a lot more energy than you need. So call upon A&E Heating and Cooling, the best in the business, $79 if you are in West Michigan to tune up that AC. You need a new AC installed? Joe is the cheapest. Go ahead and get 2 other estimates. Have Joe be the third, and then compare. If the other 2 are cheaper than Joe, tell him Eric Zane said to lower the price. He will. When you get that done, he's going to install a Remy Halo for you to make sure that your air is pure and clean in your home, killing viruses, bacteria, and other pathogens that are floating around in your home through the air. You need a car? You call upon Sarah Honda Granville. Shop online at sarahhondagranville.com. Go visit in person. They are on Kennewa in West Michigan, right in Granville, Michigan, right on the edge, next to the Cracker Barrel, across from the frickin' car wash. Sarah Honda Granville. You can see them from 196. They got the car stacker there right by the used car section. It's all one big campus. Brand new, certified pre-owned, and, of course, used cars. All at sarahhondagranville.com. Shop there. Please mention my name. You might interact with the gentleman by the name of Thad. Thad Bond is his name, or the one and only Cameron. When you see them, say, Eric Zane sent me, and off you go. Or whoever you deal with there. They're all fantastic. I know them all. They're great. Okay. Before I get to the Jimmy Kimmel clip, thank you to Kate for sending this along. Oh, my God. I need to share this with you so you can see it. Okay. This never happened when I was going to school. When I was going to school, anyone who's an adult, they just seemed like there was nothing attractive about anyone that was at the school that I went to, whether it be from the age that I was able to understand my special purpose that women can be attractive, or for chicks, guys can be attractive, or if you're gay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Nobody fit that role. At no point did I think when I was growing up that anyone in my school is in any way attractive, any of these adults. So, boy, this is strange. It always is strange. The strangest. A lunch lady, and you just saw her face. I'll show it to you again. This is Dawn Marie Bay. She's the lunch lady at a school, and this is what she did. Porn and sex acts were part of the lunch lady's boozy sleepovers with young boys, say cops. Okay, first of all, let's assume she's married with kids. Dawn Marie Bay. And she says, yep, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite all the 13 to 16-year-old kids, the boys, over, and we're going to have a big kid orgy. First thing we're going to do is and they're all spending the night, we're going to watch porno, we're going to get drunk, and then we're going to have a group kid sex. That's what happened. The kids ran a train on the lunch lady. This sounds like a stand-up bit. It's like a setup for one of Ben's fucking jokes. Dawn Marie Bay said, yeah, all right, here's your, she's like serving the food. Here's your Texas straw hat. Here's your canned corn. Here's your 2% milk. Here's your fruit cocktail and a side of pussy. Here you go. Eat up. The kid's like, oh, man, yeah, thanks. How about a side of tuna, Dawn? She invited them on multiple occasions to her home in Baton Rouge, where they would do all those things, drink the booze, watch a porno, have a big sex orgy. She was arrested Friday on multiple charges of indecent behavior with a juvenile and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Booked into the jail complex, being held on $50,000 bail. Yeah, I need to know more. I need to know if she has a husband, because I can. It's the whole idea of the husband. Like, I mean, it's one thing if the wife cheats with another dude. Okay, I mean, as terrible as that is, if she says, "Yeah, I'm having an affair." Oh my God, this is terrible. With a bunch of boys who are just now getting pubes. Oh my God, what the fuck? Holy shit. Oh, all right. Gross. And she looks like shit too. I mean, they must have low standards there, because, I mean, my God, here she is in this mugshot. First of all, she's smiling. She's 38, but she looks like she's 58. How sexy can she be? They must have really, really low standards at this school for these kids to go, yeah, all right, this is a good idea. Let's have sex with that. Yike. All right, here you go. This is yesterday, Jimmy Kimmel. Trust your doc.
More than 100 million adults in the United States are now fully vaccinated, which is good. But unfortunately, more than 1 in 4 say they are not planning to get the vaccine ever. 26% of Americans are planning to skip the shot altogether, which is crazy to me. I think people are skeptical of politicians or celebrities telling them what to do, but we should listen to doctors. These are men and women who've been on the front lines of this thing, risking their lives to save ours, and they're frustrated, and who could blame them? If we don't get more people vaccinated, we could see new mutations of this virus and go through this all over again. So as a public service, we ask some real doctors to offer their best advice to those who are on the fence about the vaccine, and pay attention, Nick, because this is important.
Dean.
I'm a doctor.
Derek.
I'm a doctor, an actual medical doctor.
I've practiced medicine for 21 years.
I am a critical care nurse.
I've been a nurse for 16 years.
I spent 4 years in undergraduate school, then 4 years in medical school,
and then another 5 years as a resident in emergency medicine.
Look at all of my diplomas.
I worked a second job to put myself through nursing school.
I'm 53 now, and I won't have my student loans paid off till well after I retire.
I can name every organ in your body and tell you exactly what it does.
Did you know there are between 60 and 100,000 miles of blood vessels in the human body? I know that because I've studied human bodies.
Did you know the human body has 205 bones? Well, you're wrong. It's actually 206.
I did know that because I'm a doctor.
Did you know that eating raw ginger cures cancer? You did? Good, because it doesn't.
I've saved people's lives.
I've cracked open a chest and manually beat a human heart.
I've even delivered some babies in the back of cars.
Do you know how many people have shown me weird skin things at parties and asked me if they were dying?
Too many.
My life is spent trying to improve and save yours.
Oh, but you read something on Facebook?
Your friend from high school who sells jewelry, she posted it?
The one who's 53 and still builds dollhouses?
You heard what? On whose podcast?
Is he a doctor? No. Scientist? No.
Can he name one of the ingredients in the vaccine?
Can he point to his gabella?
Then tell him to shut the up. The doorbell is right here, by the way.
Remember that polio shot we gave your kid? And then your kid not getting polio? Well, those two things are related.
How about this? You do your job, I'll do mine.
Get the vaccine.
Get the vaccine.
Get the vaccine. Roll the up and get the vaccine.
And tell your friend on Facebook to stick to jewelry.
Thank you, medical professionals.
There you go. That is great fun. I've got some theories there that said, hey, wait a second. They're paid actors. They might be. It's still true, though. Stevie says, wait a minute. $79. I paid way more than that. Wait a minute. I need to get to the bottom of this. You're talking about for the AC tune-up. I think I can explain what's going on here, but I need to do it right now. All right. Stevie, I'm calling you right this second. Stevie, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, it's Eric. I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did you not pay $79 for your AC tune-up?
No, I didn't.
Tell me what's up. What was?
I don't know.
What was the amount?
They were out here on. They're out here on Tuesday.
Yeah.
They monkeyed around with the thing in the backyard.
Yeah.
The unit in the backyard. Went in the basement.
Give me hold on a second. Give me skip the labor and give me the baby. How much did it cost?
$190.
You paid for your AC and your furnace. So in the winter, they're going to tune up your furnace, and that's not.
I'm not going to be here in the winter.
Well, that's what you paid for. You paid for two. You mean you don't stay here in the winter? What are you talking about?
We're moving.
You are?
Yes.
Oh.
I swear everybody knows this. You don't know this?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. Well, we are.
Oh, well, then you'll get your money back.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, because that's what he does. It costs. Typically, people pay for both of those, and then that's. Are you moving to?
Okay.
Are you still in Michigan?
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
We're gonna be out by Standale.
You're moving to a new home.
Yes.
Well, then they'll tune up that one.
It's a brand new home.
Oh, it doesn't need to be tuned up. Yeah, it'll work out. Yeah, that's what happened because I paid $192, $190 as well because I pay for both at once.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, I texted him, so we'll see what he says.
He'll take care of it, and if he doesn't, just tell him I said fix it, or I'm gonna kick him in his Mexican balls. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Who do you think should be asshole of the day?
Man, it's like a tie between the bitchy lady with the cop and Manson.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what to do. But
they both suck.
But Manson, we still have the element of his word versus her word.
True.
In the racist lady, we could hear her ass.
Yeah, I think she's the one.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right, talk to you. Bye. This is Stevie. Stevie's a rock chick. She used to dress up in all this goth shit and stuff like that. And you can still see remnants of goth rock shit on her. Okay. Nominees for asshole of the day. We need those. And all right. I'm glad I got that sorted out. I figured that was the case. Okay, we are getting close to Mother's Day. It is on Sunday. Now, typically on Mother's Day, I get booked for cameos. Zane, you got to help me out. You got to do something for the mother of the kids or for my wife or my mom. I forgot. Make it good. Would you just do it now? Okay, Cameo. I don't care how you do it. Either on the desktop, the app, or any app. I don't care. Just get it out of the way so I don't have to do this all Sunday. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. I'm telling you, I'll make it worth it. It's only $15.99. I'm the cheapest and the best on Cameo. Everybody else on Cameo sucks so much shit. They're terrible. I put my heart and soul into these things. And I'll even do it live if you want me to. Just let me know. I can do it right here, right now. If you booked me between now and by the time the theme gets done, I will see it. I will get a notification. And I could do a live cameo right now if you chose to. You think, oh, God, how can you possibly pull that off? It's because I'm skilled. I can do this. If you tell me, all right, this is the name of my mom, this is why I love her, and you fill out those details, and you say, do it live, do it right now. Piece of cake. I got this. It's going to be the best damn thing that's ever happened to her. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. I got a mortgage guy that you all know of. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. One of the many people that work with Mario will take care of you. If your credit's great, this will be easy. And you can go one of several directions in what I'm talking about here right now. You might have a great credit score, but you're in a 30-year fixed. Find out your rate and then reach out to Mario and say, how low of a rate can I get? And then, if you've got a 3.8 and he says you can get a 1 point or a 2.5 right now. Oh, my God. That's going to save you so much money in interest. And then knock that thing down. You can get that rate probably if you go down to a 15-year fixed. And then your payment's going to go up a bit, but you're going to get your house paid off in 15 years. Maybe even pull a little money out of it if you need it. And then, with that low rate, you're going to save so much money. House is paid off. The equity increase. It's awesome. Some of you might not be in that boat. You might have terrible credit, bankruptcy, divorce. You're not great with money. Mario can help you with that so that you can finally get out of paying rent to a stupid slumlord. Get your own house. Are you going to get a real low rate? No, your loan's going to suck shit. But it doesn't matter because you're going to pay it on time for a year and a half, and then your credit score is going to improve, and then you go and you do it again. Get into another loan until your rate gets way down. You're building your credit. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505 or online. Get to their website by going to mine, ericzaneshow.com, and click on the emerald green Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage logo, NMLS number 3035. Before we get to the asshole of the day, one more sponsor to mention, that is BK Guns and Stuff, 616-902-2447. Anywhere in the USA, get the guns to them. Send them the guns. How the fuck do we do that? I don't know. Send them reach out to them. I don't work there. The letter B, the letter K, guns, the letter N, stuff. BK Guns and Stuff on Facebook, 616-902-2447. That's Benjamin, one of the gunsmiths' number. Okay? You can call him, but I think he's one of those guys who voicemail is full. Mailbox is full. Send him a text. Yeah, I'm in Spokane, Washington. Can you fix my gun? Send him a text. He'll take care of you. Or just go to the Facebook page. Asshole of the Day brought to you by JM Synthetics and TC Paintball. Asshole of the Day. Let's kind of soak in this again.
I was going at 38.
Yes, you are, ma'am. Good morning.
And the speed limit is 40.
He goes, yes, you are. After she's already started, he goes, good morning.
And I was going 38, so why are you harassing me?
You're correct. I pulled you over because
you're a murderer.
Oh
yes,
God.
I started to record because you're a murderer.
You can't be on your cell phone while you're driving.
I wasn't on my phone. I was recording you. Because
what a fucking handful. I mean, if there was ever if The whole idea of finally a reason for a cop to shoot somebody. Saying that horrible of a joke is actually okay. You can actually get away with saying that joke like I just did because of how shitty she is. You can say, my God, finally a case can be made for spousal abuse. You can drop that joke. Why can't she be dating Marilyn Manson? You can drop all those jokes because she is such a sick bitch.
You can't use your cell phone while you're recording. May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
What's your apartment?
It's at my home. I'm just taking my son to his.
Do you have your driver's license?
The kid's like, oh fuck, Mom, what? You never ever do you stop? You're just so ridiculous. When this kid's like 30, he's gonna be like, yeah, hey, thanks for inviting me to the I Hate My Mom support group.
Mistakenly left it at home.
Do you have a picture of your driver's license?
I do.
May I have it?
And can you call your super?
How come we're not hearing "Step out of the car, ma'am"? How come we're not hearing "Stop resisting," and then buries her face in the concrete, and then him say, "Here, I got something for you. It's called the Chauvin," and then the knee goes right in the neck. Why aren't we fucking hearing that? This would be okay. If he does the Chauvin to this sick bitch, and she goes, "Oh my God, Ben Crumb, help me!" Ben Crumb's gonna be like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm not dealing with you. You're an asshole."
Please,
I already did. He's on his way.
Good, because you're a murderer.
Oh.
And so you're giving me a cell phone ticket? Is that why you're harassing me?
Not harassment. Yeah. I am enforcing the law.
I have a right to record the police when they're harassing me.
By all means, but you can't do it while you're driving.
I wasn't
love this guy.
Texting or none of that.
Do you have that
you
picture?
Scared me and made me think you were going to murder me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well,
why isn't he yelling taser, 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 but pulling out his pistol?
That's not just a feeling. You're a murderer.
Can you zoom in on that for me,
Sure.
dear? Thank you.
And I'm perfectly legal, and I'm a teacher. So there.
Congratulations.
Murderer.
She actually said, "I'm a teacher." So there, murderer. What the fuck is going on here?
You're a murderer.
What's your last name? I can't see that there.
Well, here you
stop,
go,
Stop
murderer.
shaking. Zoom in on that for me,
No, because
man.
you're scaring me.
Oh,
You're threatening to kill me and my son. Can you give me
okay.
the
Well,
iPad,
I'll tell you what. You keep smiling.
Yeah,
You're on camera.
You're trying to threaten to kill me.
I
I'm
didn't
not
say
smiling.
that. Is this your car?
Yes, it is. You're trying to say I stole my own car because you're jealous?
Yeah,
Is that what
I don't
that's
think
about?
so.
Not only should she be shot, but so should her husband, because he agreed to have sex with her and make a child. Okay? You know, the whole thing is fucked. How the fuck could anybody ever want to be with her? Why? I mean, how is that even a thing that there's a guy saying, "Yeah, I find you attractive." Oh.
You wait for me right here, okay?
You're jealous.
Citation. All you need to do is your signature. He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it.
There you go, ma'am. Sign inside the red box right there.
For him being a Mexican racist. What is that name? Gasso.
It's on the citation, ma'am.
Here you go, Mexican racist. You're always going to be a Mexican. You'll never be white. You know that, right? You'll never be white, which is what you really want to be.
It's worse. She's actually.
Have a good day.
I've never seen someone. I've never heard audio of someone actually continuing to one up the horrible things that they're saying. I mean, my God, if ever there was a case to be made for police brutality, this is it. This is there isn't a person who sees that isn't in support of what I just said. My gosh. The fact that Marilyn Manson looks like an absolute saint in a day where we just talked about him engraving, cutting a woman with a Nazi knife is look, no one is going to vote for Marilyn Manson. This is not even close for the asshole of the day. It is such a hard and fast slam dunk here. Holy shit. She's trying to make the claim that he stopped her because she's black and not that she was breaking law. That's what that was about. What? I don't even know her race. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. But what a fucking nightmare. Oh, terrible. My gosh. All right. I got to go decompress after that. That is just terrible. I see that the one and only Jimmy Stinson is in attendance. So this is Jimmy's music. He made that comment right there. That's right. All right. The Patreon bonus comes up at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I will check you all out there. 11 a.m. sharp Eastern Time, the Patreon bonus happens. Thanks again, folks. I appreciate it. I'd love to see you on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.